This is do or die. Feel it in my veins tonight.
System requirements. At long last the moment of truth first. Off Windows 10 64-bit and 75GB. Installation space are mandatory for 720p 30 frames per second at very low settings. The very minimum of requirements you'll need an Intel Core i3 4160 or equivalent AMD CPU, 8GB of RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 950 or equivalent AMD GPU. Those without an SSD rejoice, a regular hard disk drive will suffice. For 1080 60 frames per second at medium settings, a Core i5 4670 or AMD Ryzen 5 1600 GTX 1066GB or Radeon RX 580 16GB of RAM and an SSD are required. For 4K 60 frames per second at very high settings, a Core i5 11400 or Ryzen 5 3600 in RTX 3070 or Radeon RX 6800 XT with 16GB of RAM required along with an SSD. 1440p 60 frames per second or 4K 30 frames per second at high settings. With ray tracing set to high you'll need a Core i5 11600K or Ryzen 7 3700X and RTX 3070 or Radeon RX 6900 XT and 16GB of RAM along with an SSD. Finally, for 4K 60 frames per second at high settings, with ray tracing set to very high, a Core i7 12700K or Ryzen 9 5900X with the 32GB of RAM and RTX 3080 or Radeon RTX 6950 XT and an SSD are needed. Pre-order bonuses. Those who pre-purchase Marvel Spider-Man Remastered can net some pretty cool bonuses early on in the game, along with immediate access to 3 suits. You also get the Spider Drone gadget, which is great for stunning foes, and 5 skill points for an early start on unlocking abilities. All of this content is accessible